This technology, isn't it wonderful? Wow. That's a bright light, too. Uh-huh.
She didn't get the rules beforehand. You have to stay on this side of the shadow because he's filming, and don't get too close to that.
You didn't tell me we were filming.
We're giving out winning tickets.
Okay. So, yeah, so I want to welcome you all to the Family Care Council session, and I hope you all leave knowing all about us, because we've been around for 26 years, and we keep hearing Family Care Council, what is that? And we're like, are you kidding me? So I'm so glad you're here, and I hope you learn a lot and that you can take it with you and tell all your family and friends about us, and I think we're really, really helpful, so you're going to learn about that today. Also, make sure you get a ticket. We put together, because of this COVID, we're just stressed out, you know. So we put together this really nice little stress toolbox for you. It's got some aromatherapy and some bubble bath and some adult coloring books and just funny books, inspiration. There's a journal in there, because I understand if you write down your bad thoughts, they'll leave. So, we got that in there, and then so I would like to turn this. Next, I would like to introduce Patricia Oglesby. She is our past chair of Family Care Council Florida. So, Patricia, you want to say a few words?
Thank you, Paula. Thank you very much. Thank you so much for being here today. And I am going to share our slide presentation with you to let you know who we are and what we do. And they want me to move a little forward. Good? All right. So let's take a look here. So we've been in service since 1993. And what am I don't point at this. We are families. Oh, I'm going to be doing the. So am I pointing here?
You can point anywhere. It just took a long time to go from the first slide to the second one.
Okay, so.
Okay. Because it's not the whole thing, though. This is the commercial break. There we go. There we go.
You don't have to use this either.
That's right.
Oh, the slides. So should I stand here? I mean, I can point and it's going to.
Just be patient with it.
Okay.
All right, as long as you.
Okay.
All right, welcome. We're going to start all over again.
Right. Hello, my name is Patricia Oglesby. I'm the past chair for Family Care Council, and I am glad that you're here with us today. We're one of those really kept secrets for family with loved ones that have a disability or a self-advocate. So we wanted to invite you here today so that you can learn and know who we are, and then share that information so that all of our loved ones will be able to get the help that they need. So in 1993, the Florida legislatures created the Family Care Council to serve as an advisory group in each service area of the Agency for Persons with Disability. Now, Agency for Persons with Disability have the fundings to provide you your services. We don't have any fundings, so you cannot call us up and ask us, can we loan such and such? That's not us. Agency for Persons for Disabilities provide the funding for the service. We're like the voice in the community who let you know what's happening with Agency for Persons with Disability information. And then those informations within our community that your family may need. Oh, I should be pushing this so that it'll be moving while I'm talking. I'm pushing to the right. Can you push and I talk? Thank you. Okay, the purpose of the Family Care Council is to advise you, your loved ones. These are Director Palmer, David Dobbs, the Chief of Staff, Director Palmer, who's the Director of Agency for Persons with Disability, and our chairperson for the Family Care Council is Dina Justice. She's not here with us today, but the council is here today to share the information for you. The purpose of each local Family Care Council is to advise and educate. APD liaison and region operation managers work closely with the Family Care Council. So Agency for Persons with Disabilities are taking care of things in Tallahassee, in all the regions across the state, and they don't get out to be able to meet you and know your concerns. So that's where the Family Care Council comes in, because we are family-oriented, and I may be going, we're volunteers. We are grandparents, loved ones, self-advocates. So Agency for Family Care Council are the ones that hear what you say don't work. I've been on the iBudget machine and it's not working. And then Family Care Council would go back to Agency for Persons with Disabilities and say, our families are saying there's a disconnect here. So we need you to go back and check that out so that our families will be able to get on here and get the answers that they need. So that's who we are and what we do as far as educating and advocating. All right. We monitor and implement the effectiveness of the services and supports provided under the plans. So just as I was telling you, so as a family member, if you say this plan is not working, please, you have to get involved with your Family Care Council, because we're the ones who have Agency for Persons with Disabilities ear. And I'm going to cut that short and say APD. Okay? So we have their ear. And so they're listening to us to know what you have to say about the services that you're receiving. Each of the 15 councils are made up of volunteers appointed by the governor. Now, anybody can be a part of the Family Care Council, but if you want to be a voting member, then you would need to fill out an application to be appointed by the governor, and then you vote in order to help change whatever's happening across our state with the Family Care Council and sharing that with APD. So we welcome you to please come and be a part, and I know I'm speaking ahead on that. Oh, okay now, where's the pointer? This young man right here in this corner belongs to moi. That's my son, Emmanuel. And Emmanuel is his own self-advocate. He wanted to play basketball on the high school basketball team. He went to the coach, told the coach that. The coach went to the county and asked the other coaches what their thoughts were, and they all agreed. My son got to play on the high school basketball team. And now he is an assistant coach. He wears that really well. And not just my son, but you see other family members up here that are part of the Family Care Council, and everybody in their own unique way give into our community. These are our chairs from different counties, some who are parents, who some you will meet today, some were not able to come because of family emergencies. But if your chairperson is here, we will have them to stand in order so that you can see them and make your connection with them today. And I'm going to take a few minutes and allow Denise to be able to share with you for a sec or two.
I have to share when there's something to share. All right, do you see this little lady right here? Yeah. Rocket scientist. Where's Susan? Where are you? I don't know where you. Yeah. Did you get to see our booth out in 416 or 418 with all the balloons and all the, okay. This little rocket scientist who graduated high school this year with honors. Susan, you're not coming up here? Raise your hand. She graduated high school with honors, and I'm so proud of her. But she also helped me figure out the hardest part of that booth with no time whatsoever. But I wanted to, Susan, if you could, your daughter real quick, and I know I'm so embarrassing you, but you know what? Don't care, don't care. Oh, we gotta. Yes, here. She's a little shy, but we'll get her over that by force. Here we go. No, but go ahead and tell her what she did now.
Oh, about the booth yesterday.
Oh,
Hannah got the Exceptional Student of the Year with her graduation. And thank you for allowing this mom to brag about one of my beautiful kids. But she's been going to medical science at Boone High School for the last 4 years. And she just did her clinicals at Orlando Health. And she already started in a free CNA program that started last week so she can get more medical history. And Hannah, you know, short of telling you what all her medical conditions are, but I mean, she waited 8 years on the waiting list and finally got on, but she's being served right now by MedWaiver, but she gives back every day with Best Buddies, and she loves to be at Family Care Council and helping out that way as well. So we need more of you young people that want to also grow into Family Care Council people so that you all can have the next flock of seats on the chair and on the council. So thanks for that very much, and thanks for being here.
Sometimes we only get to see our parents in bi-monthly meetings, and we don't really get to know them and their families. And I'm Denise Torres. I'm in Area 4, and then I'm going to let Patricia go back. But we have some great area chairs and parents and siblings and just amazing individuals that are out there that are helping. We meet bi-monthly in Orlando, and we get together. You guys trying to figure out if you should leave, right? You know, go ahead, whatever you want to do. But we really go to represent the families, and we hear what APD is doing. If we don't support it, there is not a louder voice in the room than the families, that the people that sit at that Family Care Council table bi-monthly. We're not intimidated to use our voice to say why we have a problem with something. We have an amazing liaison who's in the room with us every time. She's certainly underpaid, underappreciated. We love her with all our heart. I bet she's hiding. Oh, no, there's she way in the back. Stephanie Rogers. This woman can referee better than any person I've ever seen. I wanted to, before I hog up the show, because I am going to let the other chairs and go back to Patricia. If you got a chance to see our little walking logo, the whole theme this year for us was to let you know Family Care Council exists, because it is important. My son's 34 years old. He has autism and an intellectual disability. I found out about Family Care Council 6 years ago when I started working for the ARC Jacksonville. Okay, it's not everybody knows, but by getting involved in it, you will move mountains. You really will. If you hear a stumbling block, if you hear a problem, you can figure out a way. You might not immediately get resolution with finances or services, but you will get a resolution with a resource or a direction, a guidance, and that's really important. I have my 4 guys that were walking around with the logos. If I could just introduce them real quick, because I'm so proud of them, because none of us were going to put on a spandex outfit. Just telling you right now. So if you guys would stand up, I want to just tell you about my little guys. All right. Oh. One of them got injured upstairs. She's just laying down because her back is hurting her, and I love Emily. But our Jessica here, these are 4 individuals that live at the Arc Village in Jacksonville. They are all living independently. They are all employed. Three of them are receiving services. Megan's on the MedWaiver. Kyle's on the med waiver, Jessica is. Emily is on the wait list and has been for a long time. She was our red person. I will tell you that Miss Megan here won, what is it? The Special Olympics USA Games for surfboarding. Standboarding. Stand what? Standing paddle. Puerto Ricans in New York don't know what that is. Okay. Stand-up paddle. Megan is also engaged to be married and is getting married next month. Okay. August. Delayed 4 times due to COVID. Okay. And then everybody, Kyle for stepping in at the last minute, bravery right there. But I'm going to go back to my Patricia. I just wanted to let you know, these guys support us. Every time I have a balloon to blow up, I've got my team. These guys are willing. My son is not here. He won't come to these things. It overwhelms him. Too much stimulus, can't do it. You know, but I can find the resources I need, and we are here to help and answer your questions. I didn't know how my son's life was going to go, but he's living an extraordinary life, so I'm so happy. Ms. Oglesby, may I give you back the...
Yes, but before you do,
Okay.
I will introduce what counties you cover for
Oh,
me.
a test. I do Baker, Duval, St. John's, Clay, and Nassau County in the Jacksonville, Florida area. And, yeah, hey, great. And we will be meeting on Wednesday of this week from 11, the third Wednesday of the month we meet and we take July off. All of that is on our website, so you'll see. And I did bring brochures in Spanish and in English. So we have them. There you go.
Great, thank you. And I'm going to ask our chairs to introduce themselves before some might have to leave. I want you to see the faces so you'll be able to connect with them.
Okay, hi, I'm Charlene Green, and I'm the chair for Volusia and Flagler. Do we have any Volusia and Flagler in the house? Only one. Well, you know what? At least there's one here. Well, that's good. So, and we have our meetings on the second Thursday at 2:30. We're still doing Zoom. And you can find us on the website as well. Okay, good. I'll look for you. Thank you.
Melanie. Okay.
Hi, everybody. My name is Marty Norris. I'm in Broward County, and yes, I am stepping in. This. Oh, I'm not allowed to go in that box.
Point the red dot.
Okay, there's my brother. One of the key fundamental things I want to make a point to tell you all. It's not just about us. We're not just saying it's about them. We're saying we want to help you, educate you, empower you, so that you can have a quality lifestyle with your family members. This doesn't come along on your own line. This takes a village for everyone to work hard together. We don't just say what's wrong, we also say what's right. If you need some type of information or service, we're willing to be an additional resource. We may not have the answer for you today, but I can guarantee you we will find out and give you the information. Don't be afraid to ask for help. You're not alone. We are here for you. We're volunteers, and as I say, don't call me at 3 o'clock in the morning, but if you have an emergency, I can guarantee you I will get you some help. Thank you. I really appreciate y'all being here. Oh, you're not allowed to stand in this line.
I know, it's got to stand over here. Oh, you want me to
I'm going back.
Okay, because I'm a sibling. So do you see a younger me, not so gray hair? And this is my sister, Linda. Linda was in an institution out in Texas, and it was not good. It was not good at all. I couldn't. I'd fly out there and see her and just would come back and cry. And so I thought, I've got to do better. Because before she ended up in an institution in Texas, she was fairly independent. Back when there were no services, she had a job and paid her bills. And, you know, my dad was in the military, so we were like, number one, number two, number three. And as long as it was number one, number two, and number three, Linda did well. But anytime, you know, it got mixed up, her whole life would be mixed up and fall apart. So it did fall apart, and because I think, you know, I moved to Florida, her brothers moved to Texas, you know, we all moved all over, and that's why she ended up in Texas. But I thought, I can't do any worse. So I went and got her from Texas and brought her here, and I knew about APD, and I was good at filling out forms and getting people entitled to things, but after that, what happens now? You know, what does she need? Where do you go? What goes on, you know? So I worked with her and got her some services, and she got into her own apartment, and I was doing really good. Since I was retired, she felt like she should be retired. So we became tourists to Florida and went all over, and she was real political, so she did a lot of, like, you know, political campaigns, and I think I am too. Oh, I'm sorry. Besides being the co-chair of Family Care Council Florida, I am the chair of the Suncoast West, which is Pasco and Pinellas counties. Anybody from Pinellas and oh, lots of you. All right. So, yes, which we should, because we have the biggest population in, you know, of all the counties. We have the most population in there. And so one of the things that my group likes to put together is a trip to Tallahassee for DD Day. How many people have been to DD Day in Tallahassee? DD Day is during legislative session, they set aside one day to highlight the individuals in the state of Florida with developmental disabilities. And we go around and we visit our legislators, and we have press conferences out on the plaza, and we get together so that the legislators can see us. Because a lot of times, what surprised me when I started getting into, you talk to these legislators, they don't have a clue. And I think because I was a sibling, and actually I was a year older than Linda, doesn't everybody know? You know? And I didn't realize, no, people do not know. They do not know their needs, their wants, they have desires, they think like we do, you know, just maybe in different ways, or in my sister's case, just a little slower. You know, it might take you 3 days to get the yes or no out of her. But I knew to do that. Ask her. She might come and ask me a question a day later, and then 3 days later, she'd give me the answer. But that's just how she was, you know? So that's one thing that my council likes to do. Now, we meet on the fourth Friday of every other month, of even months. So we'll have a meeting. The last Friday of this month will be our meeting, and it'll be the last one in the physical year. No, that's the local. I'm a local person right now. So, so I hope you all will get involved. One of the things that I did also with Family Care Council, I got involved at first to get services for my sister. So it was very personal at first, like, how do you do this? What's available? What's out there? Then I discovered that there's other people like her that need these services too. So there's value in numbers. So that's really what it is if we all come together and we can really make big changes. And I see a lot of changes in the last several years. So I hope you all get involved and join with us, because we could be really helpful. And then, like they were saying earlier, when you have difficulties or misunderstandings with APD, a lot of times we meet with them, so we know who's up there, and we know how to get answers too. So we can help maneuver help you get through the system there. So, okay.
I know. For those of you who go to church, now you got 2 minutes on the mic, okay?
My public comment, 2 minutes. Keep it to 2 minutes. If you don't know, you have a right to go to all public meetings and make a comment. So even if it's on the Florida channel, that's public access, right? That's transparency. So our meetings are in Sunshine State law, and there is public comment time at the end. So make sure that if you just want to attend and make a comment, that's your privilege as a person of this United States of America, and make your public notice known. And APD offers meetings that are rulings, and you can attend those meetings and make your comments. I had to learn this system as a parent of a adopted son at birth. We had a birth plan with a birth mom, and he came to us from an emergency C-section, and from that get-go, I had to advocate and learn the system while trying to get this adoption through. And he is a godsend. He looked like me, not his birth mom, but there were birth comorbidities that he had going forward and continues to struggle with. So I have had to take ACA to hearing to get the services he so was desiring and deserving of. So we have a wealth of knowledge here, and that we've had to do certain things to get to the services we need. And you just need to know how to access those. So my son at 14 was recognized by Governor Scott here at Family Care Council, and he came off the wait list that year after declaring a crisis with his behaviors and medical needs. So he was brought on to the Medicaid waiver and was able to have respite funding for that time. He is now turning 21 this month, and we are transitioning to the need of care during the night because of health issues and medical interventions that are needed. So if you want to talk to me, if you have a similar story, I'd be love to. Okay, and I am from the Treasure Coast. That is Indian River, St. Lucie, Martin, and Okeechobee. Let me see you, Treasure Coast. Yoo-hoo! So I co-chair. Is Lisa in the room? She's my other co-chair. She and JP was in one of the pictures here. But we do that because sometimes she's able and sometimes I'm able, and one's down, one's up. It's kind of like a marriage, we're not all strong at the same time. So we do that in our meetings. We co-chair, and we meet typically the fourth Wednesday of every month at Special Java Cafe, which is a new cafe that's offering training to individuals with disabilities, as well as a meeting place. And at the meeting, we will offer go-to webinars, but this month and the last couple of months, we've had to go to the third Wednesday, and we're trying to meet certain deadlines, so that's why we've had to move it. So go to our Facebook page. We don't have a separate online web page, but you can go through the state of Florida's webpage, www.fccflorida.org, and then look under Area 15, and it will usually post when we're meeting and where we're meeting and how to access that webinar. I love our Treasure Coast. We have a lot of self-advocates from SUFI. Anybody from SUFI here today? Yes, we got Mary Jo. She sits on the Transportation Disadvantage Board of Martin County. I have an individual on the wait list that's on the St. Lucie Transportation Disadvantage. And you need to be out there in the public attending your school board meetings and advocating for ESE services, because when we had a change in superintendent, there was nobody representing our population on picking that superintendent and how he would govern that school board. So be in your community and make a difference.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Are there any other chairs in the room?
Hi, I'm Eileen Licitra, and I am with Area 9, which is Palm Beach County. Any Palm Beachers? I'm sorry. Sorry. No? 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 That's all right. I'm in Broward. That's right.
Any comments?
No Palm Beachers? We did have a few come to our table today, so, but we meet on the second Tuesday of the month, and we're still meeting virtually. So if you know anybody who lives in Palm Beach, my husband is here. We have a 26-year-old son who was born with a chromosomal abnormality. And we've been through it all like everybody has been. I can't recommend the Family Care Council enough to everybody. Please join your local council, get involved. I did it because I worry so much about my son and his future, and I know you all do too. So, thank you.
Thank you. So let me say, hi, I'm Patricia Oglesby. I'm the chair for Area 8, which is Lee, Collier, Charlotte, Glade, and Hendry. Any of those counties in? Hello, hello, hello. All right. Okay, and so I am the past chair for the State of Family Care Council as well. And our county normally does a Community Awareness Day. And what we did was we had our mayor to allow that day in the city of Fort Myers to be Family Care Council Day. And so on that time, within that week, we try to do a program where we have speakers come in, share with our families, so that, again, they can know what's in our community. That's one of the major points for you to be a part of Family Care Council, because right now, you don't know what's in your community. So that's why you come to us, so we can say, this is who it's in our community. We invite those speakers to our meetings so that you can ask those questions that you don't know who to ask. Even if it's not the speaker that you need, you can ask them and maybe they can advise as to who you can go to. For me, Family Care, I was here at the Family Cafe, and I learned about Family Care Council, again, because my son Emmanuel saw Director Palmer and some ladies walking, and he decided to slow down and start talking to them. And that's how I found out about Family Care Council, and I am so, so grateful, because I didn't know a whole lot. Don't tell anybody, but I didn't. But it's so important when you're part of a group, and you know that she knows some of the things that I'm dealing with, or she's been down the road that I am yet to go down, and I can ask her some of those questions. And so that's what, when you have a group, any group, when you're together and you have something in common, you help each other. And so that's who we are, Family Care Council. We advise the agency with respect to policy issues relevant to the community and family support systems in our local areas. And you've met our chairs, and we have, again, we cover the whole state of Florida, so there are chairs that you did not meet today. We meet and share information with our local family care councils. So all 15 council chairs, we meet here in Orlando every other month, so that, again, we can know what's happening across the state of Florida. So was it just the people in Fort Myers who had a problem with iConnect? Or was it in Miami? Was it in Pensacola? So when we come and everybody had issues, then that's when we call up APD. We got some issues that need to be addressed. And so that's who we are, that's what we do. And we also have APD come to our state meeting so that they share corporately with us what's happening within the state of Florida, which is just a bundle of information. And so we not only have APD come, but we also have other people across the state of Florida to share information.
speakers that can help our families. I'm sorry. TSA had a wonderful about requesting a private screening so your child didn't have to wait in a long line. They will accommodate you, especially at Orlando International, if you make if you request it. They will accommodate a private, a separate screening so they don't have to do the hours. Different agencies, they come and speak with us. This is Florida Developmental Disabilities Council. I don't want to take over your show.
Which we call the DD Council, and the DD Council is the one who sponsors the trip to Tallahassee, so that, again, all of us can come together and learn for the state of Florida what's happening. And so the DD Council, and I'm dropping the whole name, and I'm just using the syllables, DD Council. All right, so they help us as a state to come together so that we all can have the same information. And again, that's what Family Care Council is saying, that same song. And we really want to do that across the whole state for all. There's so many individual organizations out there, but really we all have the same song. And that's great quality life for our loved ones. All right? So this gentleman here, oh my goodness, Paul. I actually had the opportunity to call Paul because there was a family in my church whose son went missing. Paul was a speaker at one of our state meetings, and because I got Paul's card, I called him, and it was as if he was a friend of mine. That's how he handled the situation. And they were able, they found her son before they had to go do anything, but the fact that I had the opportunity to get his information.
What's important about Paul is scent evidence. If you have a child that elopes, an elder person that you are taking care of with dementia or Alzheimer's, Paul has the bloodhounds that will be on the ground and the drones in the air, and they have recovered our individuals so quickly when they are called. So if you know about scent evidence, you can actually you can actually do a kit. So having a T-shirt or something helps the dogs find it. But this kit, it tells you how to get a swiping of the person's scent, and you put it in a jar, you put it in your fridge, and if you ever have an elopement or you can't find them, if Paul's company is called, it's not just this man and this one dog. I mean, their dogs are throughout. If scent evidence is called, the police are involved and scent evidence gets called, they get results. They know how to help with that situation. Great speaker, and we get good speakers that we have information to share.
As a matter of fact, we met Paul here at the Family Cafe. Got him at our Family Care Council state meeting. Oh, Dina, okay. And then I called Paul for my local area, and Paul came down and trained my policemen in my area. So it's all about us all being able to share that information. Again, here are our 15 counties. Look at the number and see where your county is. We have a person that covers those areas. I'm area 8. So we all don't think that you're not covered. Even though you're in a small little county, you are covered. Our mission of Family Care Council Florida is to educate and empower individuals with developmental disabilities in their family. Oh, okay. Oh, that's right, it's slow. I had to slow down, right? We partner with the Agency for Persons with Disability to bring quality service to individuals with dignity and choice. It is important that you participate in decisions affecting the lives of individuals with developmental disabilities and their families. Information about our local council is available on our Family Care Council Florida website. Everyone is welcome. Listen, we don't exist without you. We're volunteers. So we're parents, grandparents, self-advocates, siblings, we are you. So if it was not for you, we would not have a council to help cover this state so that we all can have the right information for our loved ones. So please, don't forget to sign up with your Family Care Council. The Family Care Council will continue to work with the Florida legislators to fully fund the APD waiting list. My son was on the waiting list for a long time. I am truly grateful. Today I could tell you my son is off the waiting list and is on the waiver. So it takes a minute, but it will happen. Any questions while she's at, yeah.
I wanted to point out, this is my council in Tallahassee.
Oh, okay.
Meeting with their council members. All right, wait a second, it's slow. To get funding for APD. So that's what we are. Well, that's Patricia's. She took our bus, so.
Yeah, I
Is that it, the next one? No, the next one was, the legislators. Okay, I'm sorry.
I must say, Paula does a very efficient job. We're in Fort Myers. We drive up to, is it Pasco? Pinellas. We drive up to Pinellas to catch the bus to ride up to Tallahassee for Dee Day. And Paula gets the room set up for us and then the bus so that we don't have to worry about trying to figure out how to park in Tallahassee.
So this is us in Tallahassee talking to our legislators. And one of the things that I wanted to point out, so this year we usually have a platform, a legislative platform, and we had two things on it this year. We wanted people off the waiting list, and we wanted provider rates increased, okay? Yes, we're still working on the provider rate increase. As you can see, it's an issue now, where before they were just not even talking about it. And I get all worked up because they go, yeah, we're getting a crisis. I go, we've been in crisis for 4 years now. We're past crisis. We got to do something now. So, but I'm happy to say that this year we did get a huge amount of money to get people off the waiting list. So that was the best year we've ever had doing that. So I think we should take some credit for that too.
One of Family Care Council's topic maybe 2 years ago was called Walk a Mile in My Shoes when we went to Tallahassee. That was the message that we wanted to ring out to our legislators because they don't walk in our shoes. They don't know what we go through on a day-to-day basis. They don't stay up. They don't clean up, so we have to say, well, when you learn to walk in these shoes, then you'll understand why we're asking you for this amount of money, why we're asking you to get our money for our providers, and we're the ones who has to get to their ears, and then they make the change. But if we don't go, they don't know, they don't live in our house. Okay.
Earlier you mentioned that the DD Council sponsors you. What does sponsorship mean in this context?
Okay. Okay, so he's asking if the DD Council sponsors us to go to Tallahassee. So let me correct that. The DD Council puts the whole event on in Tallahassee. Your local county Family Care Council will help sponsor you to go to Tallahassee in order so that you can help advocate whatever. You can. That's because you're a family, so I can say that. Okay, yeah, so your local council will help you to go there because that's part of our educating and empowering. Thank you for that. Okay, these are out in the community. One was the football player, Night to Shine, Night to Shine, Special Olympics. Oh, Night to Shine. It's on there. Okay.
One's at the Family Cafe.
Yes, and then we have Denise here. You got to see him? Awesome. Awesome. Any questions while it's changing? And this is the bus ride. And one of the things I love, Paula is so, she's just on it. She had a list of history questions for the state of Florida while we were on the bus. It was good because there was a lot of stuff I didn't know, and just having that game, it was good information, yes. Anybody can go to DD Day. DD Day. March or February. During the legislature session. And we go up there to make our presence known to them. We walk into their offices. We say, my name is such and such. I live in such and such. And it's really good when you go to someone within your, Paula, did you want to, I saw you jump up. Yeah, okay.
When is DD Day? Actually, legislative session in Florida is not the same time every year. Yeah, every other year, like this year, it was March and April. Next year, it's going to be February and March. Okay? Normally, DD Day is about halfway between there. And it's kind of whenever the Disability Council can get the day approved. But it's usually about halfway between the legislative sessions. So that kind of answers that question.
Okay, so I'm going to be really, really brief so that you all can ask questions as we're closing it up. One little thing that we haven't discussed is, what does each individualized council do? Now, there's a lot of differences in each county, such as the Panhandle to Broward County. We're pretty big. What I can say is, a lot of times we are requested by the exceptional service schools to come out and have such as a parent night, or to go and educate the educators. What is it they can tell their teachers of what they can do to educate the rights of the children or the parents? Other things is, sometimes we just get on the bandwagon, and Nova University may have a special needs conference. So we're always out in the community. Not only are we discussing what the needs of individuals are, but we're learning about the services. So as a part of what we learn, it comes back to you. We also have speakers come to our meetings, and I just wanted to let you know, the more involved you are, the better your family is going to be. And with that, Broward County, we meet the second Friday of every month except for July. I'm closing it up, and don't forget, we got a raffle ticket going.
Yeah, Charlene, would you bring the gift box up, please? Okay, so we want you to know that Dina Justice is our chairperson. Paula James is our vice chair for the Family Care Council. You can find us on the state web, www.fccfflorida.org, or our local councils, and our area number would be in our local councils. I'm going to give it.
While they bring up the box, we want to be able to ask questions, but I'm sorry? Oh, we'll get you some brochures. I wanted to mention that we always have in the mindset, our self-advocates are real important to us on this board. Nothing for them without them. I mean, and some of you are your self-advocate's voice, but those that can, they're so important to us. We need to know what they're thinking and what their needs are, and that's why they have to be included in this whole process with Family Care Council. So I'm not pulling it. Who's pulling it? Who's pulling it? Just pull it, pull it.
Have them pull it.
Who? Mike's pulling it. Go, Mike. Mike. Wait.
So we have a stress-free box that helps you to just calm down, different little things.
Yeah, calm down.
Here we're going to have, was it Mike?
Mike is doing it. Mike Hart.
522-7413.
All right. What county are you from? Oh, you should get an extra prize for knowing that. Okay. Did we have any questions in the audience that we wanted to be able to address? Oh, I see one way back. I'm going to walk to you, okay, and I'll come back up to you. Okay, just a sec. Hey, Jesse.
I'm just curious, the definition of developmental disabilities per your group, because there's different, there's like cerebral palsy type, or there's intellectual disabilities. Does it cover all of them?
I'm sorry, I can't. Can you say that? Are you asking, is there other disabilities besides
What?
autism?
No, I'm asking, what is your definition of developmental disabilities for purposes of your council?
Okay, so on the website, and Stephanie's in the room, Down syndrome, well, we have autism, Down syndrome, spinal bifida in some cases. We have Prader-Willi and Phelan I'm sorry? Cerebral palsy and Phelan McDermott, as well as an intellectual disability of under 70. You could have a dual diagnosis. For years, I used to say my son was high-functioning autistic because of what autism meant to me, but he had a 70 IQ. So I worked real hard to get him benefits, to get him benefits when I just was misrepresenting him. How many people have seen those brochures at school where they staple APD to your IEP or your ESE, and you don't know why? You don't know why. I was a parent that every IEP meeting, every ESE meeting, they would staple an APD brochure, but never told me why. It's about the money when the school years are over, when the school ends and there's no more gym and there's no more teacher, there's no more physical therapy, there's no more transportation, there's no more cafeteria food, there's no more services that you get every day while your child goes through up to the high school years. That will all end. And if you haven't signed up for APD when you need it, and it's a need-based program, it may not be there for you because there is a wait list. But a wait list isn't a number. It's important you realize that. I've been on the wait list 8 years. I've been on the wait list 7 years. I've been on the wait list. The wait list is a need-based program. Until they fully fund it, the folks that have the greatest need are going to get served. So if you're not telling APD that your child has regressed since COVID, that they're having behavior issues, that they have been Baker acted, that they have put a teacher in a closet because she wouldn't let him go to Burger King. That's not a personal story or anything, I'm telling you. But if you haven't shared behaviors with APD, APD thinks that you've got it. Mom, Dad, you got this. You're doing great. You're not using them because you're not calling them. If you don't update based on changes in your child's and young adults' behaviors, needs, regression, aggression, anything, if you're not reporting that to your waiver support coordinator when it starts happening, if you're on the wait list, they can't request a QSI, which is a questionable situation interview. That determines whether you have a situation that requires you to have services. So if you're not telling them, they think you have it. If you want to talk to any of us about a situation, not real long, I've been working on this for 40 years. No, but if you have something going on, I'm going to tell you how to report it to APD. Because if they don't know, they can't help you. The other thing, If you are not getting a letter from APD every single year and you're on the wait list, are you getting a phone call that says, how are you doing? You should get one or the other. That's your opportunity to update your personal information. Make sure they have your email. Make sure they have your current address. Make sure they have your current phone number. Because if they can't find you, you can miss out on services. The other thing I hear a lot is, I put in an application, I never heard from APD. Oh, no, 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 no. Within 2 weeks of mailing an application, I'm on the phone. Did you get it? Is it complete? It's complete? Great. Or else they only have 45 days to hold an incomplete application. So if you haven't sent your application with every piece of documentation that is required to sign up with APD, then you don't have a completed package up there. You have to have a complete package at APD for the 60 days for them to determine whether you're eligible. Now, let's say you're on the wait list. You haven't, or you get the package up there, but you never hear from them. How do you know they have your package? Wouldn't you want confirmation that they have your package? And I'm personally from our area. This is an administrative job that has human factors built into it. Things get lost. Things get misplaced. You have to check on your package. You have to be the advocate for your family member. You have to follow up. Do not expect them to be proactive in your direction because they don't know you mailed a package. They don't know that you know. What I'm trying to say is you've got to hear and be communicating with this office. You have to be. Not forever. I talk to APD when they send me my letters. But if you have a child with a developmental disability that is on the APD waiver or on the wait list, there are services that you could be getting. If you're on the wait list, you could get dental, you can get employment services, you may be able to get respite care, you may be able to get ABA therapy, you could, just being on the wait list. So it's important you get on the wait list, okay? And I work for the ARC Jacksonville. Okay, so just so you guys know, it's a little, I share a lot of information with my families. They help us so much, but Social Security, guardianship, all those things that'll touch your lives, you have to talk to your family care council because there's attorneys that'll do that for you for less money. There's Social Security. Oh, they denied me. I make too much money. Okay, but the day your kid's 18, your money doesn't count anymore. So you gotta know. You gotta know. And the family can help you. I can't tell you how many times I applied for Social Security before my son was 18. And I was fighting a war I wasn't needing to be in. So let's get you on the right path by getting information. Did anybody else have a question? I tend to.
Do you think it'll be person to person this year?
I would assume if COVID continues in the path that it is, that it will be a live event, but it'll be well broadcast before that. We'll start hearing about it by the fall. Tim Tebow's already announced that Night to Shine will be in person on the Friday before Valentine. We know that that's happening. So so any other? I'm sorry. I don't know. Okay.
Hi, sorry. So I have a question. Recently, there's been over the past couple of years, there's been a lot of research in autism, and it led to me actually ending up self-diagnosing, and I've heard that it's become more and more prevalent in the autistic community to accept self-diagnosis as acceptable, at least in a social standpoint, due to the just the health care system that we have today. I was curious to know, what are the resources available for somebody who as an adult, ends up self-diagnosing with autism, and what kind of steps should I be taking?
Thank you for asking that question. It's a very good question, and I might actually defer this to my friend who is with the Autism Society, Jackie Vargas in Jacksonville. Neurodiversity, autism, higher functioning individuals, they are becoming very vocal, and their services, companies are looking to hire and all, and APD doesn't generally serve individuals unless you have a low, like my son, he has a lower IQ. So, Jackie, services, is there anything you could say towards that on the autism, higher level autism, or anything?
I would refer you to Stacy Hoagland, who's president of the Autism Society of Florida, and she's also the coordinator for the Florida Partners in Policy Making program. And she's a wealth of knowledge, and she's in the conference around here today. So.
And every January, the autism conference, it's held by CARD, the Center for Autism-Related Disabilities. The statewide CARD conference? The statewide? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a board member of our CARD in Jacksonville, and there are 7 CARDs in the state of Florida. A lot of them are associated with academic universities, and they have a statewide CARD conference in Orlando every year, and I believe it's in February. That's also a great conference to attend.
But there's employers that are attending that are specifically looking for individuals with autism that are higher functioning and meeting job requirements and things. So I would definitely look for CARD's annual conference to find fellow individuals. I don't know, the young man that did the American Idol, what's his name?
Yeah, I don't remember his name, but John Elder Robinson is a self-advocate and was diagnosed later in life, and a professor. He was a professor at University of Georgia, but he was one of the speakers at the CARD conference in Orlando. So I would start there, and I would also reach out to Stacy Hoagland, who's the president of the Autism Society of Florida, and she's at the conference, as I said.
Thank you very much. Okay, I know we're getting. Oh, well, who? Oh, okay, this one, you said up front, I'm sorry, what was it? Okay. Oh, you don't? Oh, the brochure, yep. I need your name and phone number because we live in Fernandina. Oh, okay, I'll give it to you. All right. Is there any other question that we missed? Please feel free with Patricia. Okay, we're done with our time, but if you want to meet with anybody, you have a question. Thank you so much for your attention.
And I do want to say Denise is the chair for today's conference, so we want to give her a hand for setting all this up. Thank you for coming. Thank you so much.